What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of In Session. This morning I am driving down to a brand new area. This is a state that we've never hunted, we've never scouted, but we've had it marked on the map for a really long time, so we're excited to get some boots on the ground and see what it looks like in person. We don't exactly know when we're going to be down here to hunt this fall, so I'm going to look for a couple different things to make sure I'm covered throughout the entire season. First, I want to find some big community scrapes, those hub scrapes that are down in the bottoms that really concentrate the deer, and this is where I'm going to hang some cameras. I'm also going to look for doe bedding area for the rut, and specifically I want to find some doe bedding area that I know is accessible. Doe bedding area that I know that I can get in and out of during the morning or the evening so that I don't blow up the woods. Anyway, if I can find those two things, I think I'll be in pretty good shape. It should be a great week. Corey, Derek, and Jake are meeting me down here for that.
Oh, a little hot there? How's it taste though after it's burning?
We're gonna kind of split up and cover as much ground as we possibly can. So follow along with us, and as always, thanks for watching this video.
Things we'll do for deer, D-Rock. Things we'll do for deer.
Usually when we scout or hunt hill country, the hardest part is finding good concentrations of deer. But surprisingly, this was not the case in this area.
It's like they're running like they're being shot at. That one's quick. Looks like you're running up a hill, Jake.
That one's quick.
Jake, do you think you could beat a deer in a race? Are you fast?
Am I fast? No, I'm slow.
No.
Oh,
Yeah, Jake was a quarterback too.
Oh, really?
You guys are solid quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you look fast.
No, I'm not fast. I'm slow. I'm like a Pumbaa.
Oh yeah. Another new place, D-Rock. I bet Jake's already out there. Corey's pissed, standing in the rain, filming him. We got the hot tub for Jake Metallic. That'll be his spot. He could hunt right from here. Dude, the snake.
Oh my god.
You were born with it. You're Jace. 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 You are Jace.
Too many batteries, D-Rock. You do a little twist here. Oh no. I don't know what Jake's talking about. These are in great shape. We got him. It's a lot of deer. Like 20 deer right there. We're gonna go down the draw, down the system a little bit to the edge of the ag. We'll drop down here off this bedding point and walk that edge. And this system's massive. There's one finger of it that goes that way for probably half a mile. And then it comes down and then it forks off to another one. So it's a really nice hub, and it's obviously loaded with deer. There's oaks everywhere, and then the bottom is just a big, nice flowing creek. So it's a great spot. Hopefully, if we can't find a shed today.
Hold up. What drew us to this specific spot in the first place? We marked this spot mainly because of its potential for bedding, which is reliant on its orientation related to the predominant wind in the area. It also has great water with the creek down here, and there's food everywhere with oaks on the ridges and crop in the bottoms.
This deer we bumped are probably laying right in here. All up along this top. Another one there. Another one here. Another one here. There's a big doe bedding point. There's a shed, a good shed. Look at that, D-Rock. Look at that. Dude, I never find sheds. That's a good one too. God, Jake and Corey are gonna be so proud of me. Look at that.
Way to go, Al.
Dude, that's a beauty. He's gonna be a tank. That's awesome. Look at that, you can see where those deer ran.
All right, why were all the deer bedded here? On this day, the wind was blowing like this. The deer were bedded on the leeward side and could see everything below them. There were also pines up here, so they had some thermal cover too.
So it makes sense, but they're not that obvious on the map, and you can't see that little secondary point that they're bedded on. It's just like that Michigan buck from last year. He was on a little tiny secondary little spine in there that you couldn't see on the map.
Secondary spines are tough to see on the map. Sometimes they are visible though. You can see one right here, and a lot of the best buck beds we find are on these secondary spines. My theory is they like these smaller spines because they're able to see on both sides of them.
Over there too, along that tree, he can bed here on almost any wind too, because this is just one of those little humps that you can't see on the map. It's not a big bedding point. Bunch of hair in here. Yeah, that's a good one. This point, this top right here is just loaded. Spine, and then the cross ridge trail. This is perfect. We got to put a camera on here. Concentration point right here. There's this big bedding point, the one we were just on, and then this is a little tiny skinny tree line that goes out to that private alfalfa field. And so this is concentrating the deer right here big time.
We really liked how this top looked on the map for a few different reasons. First, you can see how there are some benches coming off the points, and this creates multiple levels of bedding. The deer can see the water below them, and it sets up perfect for the predominant wind.
This is good to know. That's why you got to come up here. This is 100% a buck bed right here. Look how big it is. There's fresh poop in it. There's hair. You catch them in the morning coming off this food probably. This is a good setup for them. We're gonna find another shed up here. These trails I've ever seen. It looks like in a swamp. That's a big bed there. We just moved up a little bit from where we just were, so he's just up a little higher. The biggest buck he's probably bedded up at the top. Above all this, you can watch all this going on, but he's still got us bedded here. Another bed right here.
Deer in the hills love to have a sight advantage, so that's why it's important to get boots on the ground and see what they can see. I've made the mistake of not doing this in the past, and it took me out of the game. We won't be able to hunt beneath this specific bed, at least on this side of the ridge, unless there are some leaves on the trees.
What is it? A match setup here, dude. Look at this. D-Rock. Look at that deer. That's a giant. Look at the deer. And they told me we couldn't find sheds. Jake and Corey got nothing on us, Derek. Are we done or time to go to the bar? That's amazing, dude. I mean, this is a big deer. Look at the bases on that. I mean, I got big hands. Can't fit my hand around that. This is a tank.
This point was on the end of a long ridge with several secondary points coming off of it. So our plan was to walk all of these points at high elevation looking for more beds.
Dude, move that rock out.
I think there's a buck bedded down in there.
Cave bedding.
I don't know what that is.
You ever see The Ring?
It's the well. Oh, I hated that movie as a kid. They're coming for you.
When we got done checking the points, we dropped down to the bottom. Checking these areas below the points helps us learn how the deer are moving in and out of bed.
I don't see a big scrape, but man, this There's two trails that meet right there, and another one that meets right here. They're all crossing right here, so we should probably put a camera there. Seems pretty obvious. Burning calories a little too quick here. I'm starving.
What are you getting for lunch?
I don't know, I like your idea about the peanut butter and honey. A little banana on there. Toasted. Toasted is key. So we just set that camera down. Right down there, there's a nice big scrape. But there's these three big spines that come together right down there, and you can see this huge runway. The camera we put down low won't cover this spine, so we'll put one up here too just to see what's dumping off here. This looks like a really good scrape though. There's three different sections of it. This beech tree here is just surrounded. So this should tell us exactly what's up there, and then that'll tell us what's on the other two, no problem. Looks good.
After we set this camera, we continued up the spine to check that upper third elevation line for more bedding.
You know what? This is right below that scrape we found up there too. He was like just here. I don't know what deer this is, but I think this is a 2-year ago shed. That's a big one. Here's the other one. Oh shit, dude.
That one's fresher.
Yeah. Tank. Look at that. Think that spot warrants a camera? This is unbelievable. Have you ever seen anything like this?
No, I haven't.
I can't believe that. I really don't know what to say about this, but I think we found a good spot. Set up down there. That's really huntable. He's gonna, or he can get up and go straight up into the wind and out to that point where we found the shed, the first set of sheds. That's probably what he's doing. Guess, or he could go up to that trail and cut that way. So we should put a camera here, camera there, and then a camera on that other side, and we got him. We got him.
So after we found these sheds, we found another bed right here, and we think this is probably his primary. It was on a little secondary spine that you can't see on the map. Assuming he's bedded here, he can do a couple different things. In the evening, he can get out of bed and drop straight down to the scrape where we hung that camera. Or on the opposite wind, he can get up and move directly into the wind. In the morning, on this wind, he can move like this back from ag to this hub and scent check everything above him. On the opposite wind, he can J-hook this bed or bed on the opposite side of the point using thermals again to scent check his bed. Hunting this spot is relatively simple looking at the map. In the evening on this wind, we can set up below him as long as there are still leaves on the trees. We'll have to get in late though to avoid the rising thermals. Hunting this spot in the morning will be a little trickier. On this wind, we can set up in the bottom, but it's risky and we need to target a dead calm day and use the creek to draw our scent. On the off wind, we can set up somewhere towards the top on the opposite side of the ridge and try to catch him on his J-hook. It's never as simple as it lays out on the map, but we do have a great opportunity here.
Oh, we gotta go that way, D-Rock. This is that first scrape we found. This is the first spine we walked up after we came down the side of the ridge over there. But this is really nice, and everything that we just found this entire time comes right back to here. So we kind of started at the hot spot, but everything funnels back here, so we're in the right spot.
Coming home to the great outdoors
Oh my god.
with a coyote town.
What are these?
You buy these at the old Gander Mountain?
It didn't come that easy. We did 9 miles, and that's a lot for us.
This land is made for you and me.
How do you think this week went? Want me to film you? How'd it go?
I think it went really good, actually.
Like from your perspective, you watched the whole thing.
From my perspective, it's really good. I think it was a lot of learning new areas. You know, we come back in the fall, it's a lot less learning, a lot more executing. And I think that it's going to help us a lot if we could do that more often everywhere we go.
Like, I feel good about the week. Sometimes we do these things and you don't necessarily find what you came down to find. You don't feel like there's an area you can go into in the fall, drop in, and just start hunting. And that's not the case. I think that we found some really good stuff this week. We found doe bedding, we found some scrapes, so we have early season covered, and later in the year for the rut. So I think we're in really good shape, and we have plenty of spots for the entire team too, which is exciting for me. So there's just a lot of good opportunity down here, and we found the right area down here, which we've been looking for a while. So that's good.
Right outside